Thank you. Steve, first, I just want to really thank you for reminding all of us that this is being recorded before I have to get up here. So I appreciate that. Second, I was told there'd be a podium, and I thought, good, then nobody will see my knees shaking. So my little extra bonus advice for you today is to always be prepared. Now that I know it's being recorded, whoever's got the time delay, please be on special watch, because I was also told this would be for mature audiences. At our company, we're all about bringing experience to accelerate your growth. And I just want to start by telling you, you are so lucky, all of you, because when I was younger, career day was, they brought in a policeman, a fireman, a doctor, who was a man, a nurse, who was female, and a secretary. So we've come a long way. And a lot of people talk about what we tell our kids is that in this next generation, we hope that you can find your passion and make that your work. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's kind of bullshit. Do we have the time delay on? There are so few of us that really get the opportunity to find our passion and make it our work. It's a small percentage of people that are that talented. I love to sing, but I'm not good, and I would starve if I had to be a singer. So I sing in the privacy of my own car, and I don't care if I get looks from other people because I'm with the Eagles band when I'm singing in my car. But I found a book, and it's called So Good They Can't Ignore You, and it's by it's a quote from Steve Martin. It's not by Steve Martin, but he said when he started out as a comedian that he wasn't the funniest guy, and he didn't have the best jokes, so he decided he had to make himself so good that they couldn't ignore him. And so make your work your passion if you're not lucky enough to find your passion and make that your work. I didn't grow up when I was a young kid saying, someday I'm going to want to work for the largest staffing company in the world. But I got on a wave, and I rode that wave. And there are some of you that are lucky. When my brother was little, we knew he wanted to be a policeman because he was toting around his Adam 12 lunchbox on the school bus every day. I also watched him in Little League when they were handing out the athletic cups and instructing kids on what to do with those. And there he was with it over his mouth going, Roger that, we have the perpetrator, and we're on our way. So we've created a whole generation of kids that think that you're a failure because you haven't found your passion in your work. And if you're a claims system administrator, be the best damn claims system administrator there is, and be so good they can't ignore you. I was really hoping that by the time they got to me, not everything else would have already been said, so I threw a few other things in here that I didn't think anybody else would say. Don't be a dick. And this comes right out of the book, The No Asshole Rule. So this is not just gratuitous swearing on my part. I'm referencing and quoting a book from Dr. Bob Sutton. And what I love about this book, and by the way, everybody should read this book as homework, because it tells you that every one of us has the ability to be a temporary a-hole, but it's the certified a-holes that we want to get rid of. And so if you don't know which way you are on that, you can read the book and it'll define it for you. Here's another one I wish I would have learned a long time ago. The power of compounding interest. Hello? Where was that in grade school for us? Do you know that money doubles every 7 years? So the power of money invested now at an early age is the most powerful money you're ever going to have. All that means is to put your age away every month in your 401k, and by the time you're done with all this, you'll have the wealth to follow your passion. By my count, we have about 5 extra minutes, so if I go a little long. I want to talk to you about slackers. Some people have talked about your generation a little bit in terms of the slackers, and I think that there's a lot of other famous slackers out there that you might not be aware of. This person in particular, his coach said, possesses minimal football knowledge and lacks motivation. Anybody know who that was? Come on, we're getting smarter. Vince Lombardi. This person did not speak until he was 4 years old and didn't read until he was 7. His teacher described him as mentally slow, unsociable, and adrift forever in his foolish dreams. He was expelled and refused admittance from the Zurich Polytechnic School? Tolstoy. This author flunked out of college. He was described as both unable and unwilling to learn. Einstein. This person handled the violin awkwardly and preferred playing his own compositions instead of improving on his techniques. His teacher called him hopeless. Beethoven. So I get it, time's up. But hopefully there have been a few pithy things from all the rest of us here, because we've made every mistake that we're talking about, and that's why we have the benefit of bringing that experience to you. Thank you.